Welcome back, everybody. Today we're headed to camp, but we stopped by to pick some blackberries at the cow pasture where our cows are at. We got blackberry vines here, so we're gonna pick some blackberries.
Right there. Right there. You do thornless. Chiggers is not bad at all. You can go crawling through it.
These blackberries are not thornless, and they have, you can see them there, some gnarly thorns. These things are mean. You stick your arm in and it grabs you and it won't let you go. So you really got to be careful with these or you will chew your arms up. So it limits what you can get to a little bit. But we picked most of these. We're gonna go over, we got one other little section of blackberries. So we got about a half gallon. Not very many, but they are very good. I think technically these aren't blackberries, they're, I want to say maybe Himalayan berries. They're basically a blackberry, but they're bigger. These are much bigger than, these are technically wild. They're just not wild to here because we transplanted them, but they are bigger than a typical wild blackberry. So let's go see what else we can find. Cows checking out the truck. Yeah, that's a good looking old red truck, except for where it's not very good looking because it's old and worn out. Got a good one?
Yes.
That is a big one.
All
right, I think we picked all the blackberries. We got the camper and the 8-1 here today. I think we picked a little under a gallon. About a 3/4 of a gallon probably. So that'll be plenty for a cobbler and some to eat for breakfast tomorrow. Or for dinner tonight. Or at some point. So we're gonna load up. We gotta do surgery on a finger first. Fingernail clippers, and we'll get this thorn out of here. Then we're gonna head and set up camp. And it's toasty today, but it's better than yesterday. It's only like 90 something today. Yesterday it was at 100, so feeling a lot better today.
Where are the cups? Right here.
We got a piece of it out. Not all of it.
Doesn't hurt.
All right, we just pulled into the campground, got checked in, and we're gonna go find our camp spot. We're camping at a campground this time by the lake, so we can cool off. All right, we're here at our spot. We gotta get set up. Sarah's coming in the truck. It's gonna be kind of interesting because it's got this raised portion here, and we gotta get the tent flipped out, but I think actually I got space. That or I might land the ladders right on these steps right here. I think I lined that up just about perfect. I need to go forward. I think I'm a little bit tilted. I bet I can straighten it up with the jacks though. So I think we're gonna call that good. So because it's July and it's hot, we got power. We're at a campground, so we got power. So I got a couple cords run over here. We got our portable AC with our high-end conversion to duct it into the camper and the tent. We'll split that and run it half and half. And then we got our power going over here, and we're just running our fridge off of the AC power instead of DC power. That way we don't have to worry about any batteries getting low. So makes things a little bit easier when you're at a campground where you've got power. And we'll be able to stay a little bit cooler because it's July and it's hot. Is it cold, Laser?
Yes.
Yeah. So here's how we set this up. You may have seen it before. We used it last summer. We got one duct that goes here and up into our camper, and then this one will run into the tent. Very similar, same way we duct in the diesel heater in the winter. We just split it and run it in. So it works pretty good. It could still use a little bit of a booster fan on it, which I have one set up in here. I just never completely finished it, so I can't hook it up to the hose. But it blows some cold air in here, so especially at night, which is really the only time it's important, it'll be keeping it nice and cool. The main downside, the kind of efficiency problem with it, is you're just cooling outside air. You're not circulating. But I actually kind of prefer that because this camper is so tight when it's closed up that you kind of need that fresh air coming in. So it's actually pulling outside air, cooling it and sending it in. So it works pretty good. We used this down in Alabama and Georgia, Alabama, Florida, Mississippi. Last summer we went down around the same time, around July 4th, we went down there and we used it on that trip with a generator. And talk about a lifesaver. We undervalue our air conditioning a lot of times. It's really nice. All right, we just need to get some stuff pulled out, tent set up, and then we'll be set up. Close the door, close the door. Do not come out right now.
I like the angle. Not really.
Can reach it better than usual.
Oh. I think you have a little bit of an assistance here.
Well, guys, I kind of left you out of it, but we went and celebrated 4th of July with our family and shot a bunch of fireworks, and I didn't do much filming because I was too busy blowing things up, and it was awesome. But it is really late, almost midnight. We're gonna get some sleep, and we'll see you in the morning because we're gonna have some fun tomorrow here at Piney Bay. We're gonna get out on the lake. Good morning, everybody. We have some blackberry chocolate chip muffins today, so we're not having to cook anything. We're gonna eat some muffins. I think we got some yogurt too if we want, and then we're gonna get out on the lake. I'm gonna borrow my dad's ski boat today. We're gonna get out on the ski boat, do some tubing, some skiing, and have a good time. So I'm hungry. Wait. All right, we got the boat here. I always thought this boat looked really good behind my old red truck because the matching colors. I don't know, I just always liked it. But we got the old Bayliner, and we're gonna go hit the lake. We got our tube, throw the kids off. We got a wakeboard, which we don't use a lot. We got some skis. I got my slalom ski, which is the real man's water sport. And we're gonna load up and get out on the water. The lake is smooth as glass right now, which is perfect slalom skiing water, which is the best. Oh yeah. What do you think, Mima? You like the boat? The worst part about boating with little kids is the life jackets. They get kind of miserable in the life jackets when they're babies. But other than that, it's pretty good. Nothing like being out on the water. We got Mama and Karen on the tube, so we'll see what happens here. I took it easy on them. I'll let them stay on the tube for now. So this right here is the bay that we're sitting in. This is Piney Bay, and then there's a channel over here. Oh, big fish jumped over there. There's a channel over there, and that runs out to the Arkansas River. So, and then like Big Piney Creek is on up in there. So we've camped up on Big Piney and all up in the Ozarks. That's all Ozarks just to the north of this. So pretty little spot we like to come. It's not the cleanest lake in the world. Nothing on the Arkansas River is. There's much nicer lakes in Arkansas and other places, but this one's convenient for us. But I'm probably gonna go slalom ski down the channel because that's a good spot for smooth water because it's more sheltered. I got my Conley Concept slalom ski here. So slalom skiing is the ultimate water sport. Wakeboarding's cool and all, but real men slalom ski. At least that's how I was brought up. But I'm gonna hit the water. Well, that was fun. Skiing's the best, but the kids want to tube some more, and I'm still trying to talk Sarah into skiing. And this guy needs to be thrown off a tube.
No.
Yeah, throw you off.
Oh, there she goes.
Well, we have pulled the boat out of the water. We've eaten some lunch. It's a nice afternoon, but it is a little warm, and we got some really tired kids. So I think we're gonna hop in the vehicle. There's a road I want to drive that kind of follows Big Piney north of here. It's just a county road, I think. Probably won't be anything exciting, but I kind of want to see what it looks like because I would like to try to float that section of Big Piney at some point from Twin Bridges, which is up close to Longpool, all the way down to Piney Bay here, and like do a float and fish. But I don't know much about the creek, so I'm gonna cruise. We're gonna run up through there, kind of see what some of it looks like, see what we can see from the road, which probably won't be a whole lot, but we'll see what we can see. And then that'll give the opportunity for some of the little kids to take a nap, and we can all cool off a little bit because it is still hot. So we're gonna go for a little bit of a drive, and then probably start working on supper when we get back. All right, we're crossing over Big Piney right here, which like you can take a boat up in here. This isn't too far from the lake, so there'd be a lot of still water, but it's a pretty good distance up to the next point that you can publicly access the creek. Everything between here and Twin Bridges is private property, so I'm gonna try to get a rough idea of how many miles this float would be because there's not a whole lot of information about it. I think there is some on like American Whitewater, but it's not a whitewater float. It's past all the good rapids and stuff, so people don't really float it, so there's not a lot of information about it. So, but I want to float it and fish it. I think that'd be a cool day trip or even an overnight on the water or something, depending on how far it is, and try to catch some fish, do like a cooking clean and stuff. I think that'd be pretty cool. Much further up. There's someone out kayaking. So we're getting closer to Twin Bridges. As you can see, there's a lot of water here, but very little flow. So definitely would be a lot of paddling. I didn't know I could actually drive across right here. So that's good information. Well, there's actually somewhat of a put in there. Good information. Good information. Made it all the way around to Twin Bridges, which is called Twin Bridges because it's two bridges that look very similar. This is a common takeout point. There's a outfitter here where you can float portions of Big Piney, and there used to be a spot right here where there was a free public takeout, but last year I think they put this gate up, and I guess it's now privately owned or closed or something. I don't know. It's kind of weird though. So now you have to use the outfitter. There's no free takeout here anymore, which is a little annoying, but what can you do? But we drove 15 miles. I think the actual float would be a little bit shorter than that because the road, I'll be close. It's probably 12 to 15 miles float from Twin Bridges to Piney Bay. So, and a lot of still water. So it'd be a lot of paddling, or you'd have to bring some sort of trolling motor or something to motor on a part of the way. So it'd be interesting. I want to do it at some point. I want to come up here, maybe camp at Piney Bay, then come up here with some boats and float all the way down and fish and maybe even camp on the creek. Because it's all like private land down through there, I don't think you could camp on the land, but you can float the creek. So you'd have to like set up and camp on the creek somehow on the water. So I don't know, just an idea I've had for a long time. Let me know what you think if you want to see us do it, or maybe me and a couple of the kids or something, because I think it'd be fun. Well, we made it back, and everyone except for me got a pretty good nap. And now they all want to go back out on the boat. I'm so tired. But we're going to go back out on the boat for a little bit, and then we're going to have dinner. It's probably going to be a late night, but we'll survive. We are done at the lake for the day, and the boys are whipping up some mac and cheese with some ground beef. Throw some ground beef and some seasonings in it. We'll have that for dinner, and then I think we're gonna try to make a blackberry cobbler if it's not too late. It's getting late in the day.
We'll see, maybe.
Well guys, we have called it a day. Pulled out the geyser system, got everybody cleaned up, and we're gonna get some sleep. Baby girl over here is already snoozing. Air conditioner's cranking here. Got a couple little 12-volt fans here plugged into the Renogy battery pack. And it also runs the light up here. So up here in the penthouse. But we're gonna get some sleep. We're gonna head to church tomorrow morning. Tomorrow's Sunday, so we're gonna be headed to church straight from camp. And then we'll be coming back to camp to do some more stuff in the afternoon before we head home for the weekend. But probably call the video here because tomorrow I don't think we're going to do anything real exciting. This whole trip's been pretty much just a family trip for us to chill and relax and get to do some things the kids really love, which is they love getting out on the boat and tubing and swimming. So they had a really good time. Maybe not the most exciting video, but not all of our life is a big adventure. Some of it's just daily living or doing something to a campground that the kids really enjoy. So we like the variety. We built the camper to be able to do a bunch of different things, to be able to go off-road to primitive spots, to cross the country, or just to a local park like this or a state park or anything. So it would be kind of nice to have more space when we're at parks like this where we could bring a big camper. But I don't know, maybe one of these days I'll renovate an old Airstream or something. I've always wanted to renovate an Airstream for like the past 10 years. Thought that would be a really cool camper to get an old one, a vintage one, like a 60s model, 32 foot or something like that, and then pull it behind the 8.1 Suburban and and renovated inside to fit our family. So we like some bunks and stuff. They're not really designed well for families necessarily, but anyway, I'm getting very distracted with another project that's been in the back of my head for a long time that probably won't happen for even longer. So we're gonna get some sleep. We appreciate y'all watching. It means a lot to know that there's people that actually watch what we put out, and we've got a lot of really positive comments over the years on how we've encouraged other families, and that's encouraging for us. Sometimes we need encouragement too, because it's not always easy to get out here, but we always have good memories, and we pretty much always have a good time. But there's definitely a mixture of chaos in the mix. That's just kind of the nature of having a family and having kids. But I will say, today I was thinking about just how incredible it is to have a family, and I know that's somewhat countercultural in America, at least at this point, and probably kind of around the world to a certain degree. But the family unit, as God created it, a man and a woman and children, is just incredible. And I know that's not a universal thing. There's people that are blessed with being single, and God uses them in incredible ways that a family can't do. There's things a family can't do. So there's different people, different stages of life. I'm not making a uniform blanket statement, but the family is an incredible thing. It's an incredible blessing, and I can't imagine a life more fulfilling than when I am investing into my children, when I'm spending time with my wife, my best friend, the person I love the most in this world, and then getting to raise children and do fun things. And yes, we're in a place in life, a place in the world, a time in the world where we're incredibly blessed with far more than we need. I mean, there's been generations of people that have lived out of less and are still living out of less than we have at this camp spot right now. So, you know, you gotta put some things in perspective occasionally, and we're incredibly blessed, and we're thankful. We're thankful for you. And anyway, I'm rambling, but we're gonna get some sleep. I'm gonna enjoy this air conditioning that we're blessed to have, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Oh yeah, and Sarah didn't get to make that blackberry cobbler because we got too far behind and we spent too much time on the lake, and it was just gonna be way too late. So we didn't get to make blackberry cobbler. We just had our macaroni and cheese with beef and seasonings and called it a night. So we'll have to make blackberry cobbler tomorrow when we get home. I think that might have to happen.